Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here coming up with another Starcraft 2 commentary. This is Game 3 of mOOnGLaDe versus Squirtle. Both very, very good players. Both Code A competitors in the GSL. And both having been eliminated from the GSL at this point, by the way. But still very, very high-level players competing in the third-place match of the IEM Intel Extreme Masters Tournament. And this is game 3. It's tied up 1 apiece. Squirtle losing game 1 went for a little 4-gate rush, which was doomed to failure, unfortunately, due to a bunch of Zerglings, a bunch of Speedlings coming in there and owning all of his sentries before he could really reinforce. A little bit of a risky move moving out with all those sentries. But anyway, paid the price for it. But coming back with a nice long macro game in game 2. To tie up the series. So this is going to this is a best of 5 series, and I will be putting up anti-spoiler videos, by the way, if it doesn't go to all 5 games. This is a best of 5 series, so this is actually a really important game for both players. It's a really important game in the series because once you go up 2-1, it's a really strong position. Your opponent can get a little bit nervous because they're, you know, 1 game away from losing the series. So anyway, we got Gas first build here by mOOnGLaDe. He's going to put down a pool immediate Mont afterwards. And we saw him go for a pool first last game as well. And this is an interesting map to go. Actually, I'm not really sure why he would go for pool first on this map. The only thing I can think of is, I mean, I guess he likes to be aggressive. That's fine if you just like to be aggressive. But the only thing I can think of is he might be worried about cannon rush, since... Well, I mean, as you can see, it's a really good map to go for a Forge expand. You have this choke down here at the expansion, and you have a ramp up to your main as well. So you can actually, if you wall off this choke here, you can protect a really quick second base, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's actually going to put down a Nexus first, despite seeing this spawning pool, and that is actually, in StarCraft 1, we'd say, oh no, he's going for a Nexus first against a 9 pool. Well, I guess it was kind of a, not the equivalent. Anyway, point being, this is a long map, and in StarCraft 2, you can wall off really easily and put up a cannon behind it, and you're going to be just fine. There's no way the Zerglings can get all the way across the map. I guess the maps were actually longer in StarCraft 1, so it's not a really good comparison at all. Apologies for that. Anyway, uh-oh, a little FPS lag going on. Sorry about that. I have been tweaking my settings, by the way, and he actually went Gateway before Cannon 2. He's going to need to get something else here to block off, otherwise he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Zerglings are out now. Speed is about halfway done, so these Zerglings are going to be pretty powerful once they get that speed upgrade. Ooh, hiding a probe. Hiding a probe to run back in. Whoop, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? Oh, you know what? He might be putting a pylon over here. That probe might be doing some sneaky stuff later on. I'm not sure. Oh, uh-oh, Cannon's just about to warp in, and the Zerglings fall back. And see, that's where you can see if he'd actually followed up with a bunch of Zerglings, if this core hadn't gone down, he could have run in and easily killed that cannon. It would have been a risky move by mOOnGLaDe, though, because his timing would have been perfect. He would have had to get really lucky. So we're seeing him do pretty much the same thing as last game, where he went aggressive with early speed and then switched up and just put... actually, he's keeping drones on gas. That's kind of interesting. He might be thinking about getting some roaches or something like that. But he is switching up and building mostly drones to try and get his econ going, especially once he's seen this. This wall off. He knows there's an expansion there. He knows, and he actually might know there's an expansion there from this Overlord. I don't know if it's peeked in or not either, but he's got to know exactly what's going on, basically. Anyway, so he's continuing to build gas, and there's the Baneling nest. So that's what I was going to say, is he might be thinking about going for a bust, because when players go for this kind of expansion, they are really, really, really vulnerable. I mean, there's got 1 gateway. He doesn't have warp gate tech even started yet, because he's gone for a Stargate, actually. He's building that second cannon. Very nice to go for that safe second cannon. Runs in and gets spotted by mOOnGLaDe. Yeah, he spots that second cannon going up. Producing more Zerglings as well, so he may actually just try and go for a bust. I'm not sure what he's going to try and bust, though. The Forge is a little bit... It's only 800 hit points, but that is a lot of hit points, so that is a lot of Banelings necessary to bust that. He may just go for it, though. He's got a lot of gas in the bank. He's got a lot of Zerglings being routed over here. He may go for a massive Baneling bust, killing off the Forge, but there's going to be a Void Ray out, though. And he has 1 sentry. It's got 1 force field in the bank. This could really go either way. It's going to come down to micro and reaction time by both players. And look at this. Squirtle is just teching up like crazy, getting all of his gases, getting all of his tech. Not even, again, still no warp gate tech at this point. He's just going to try and do some harassment with this Void Ray first. Finally starting up his warp gate tech, getting a 3rd cannon in as well, just in case. He has no idea what's going on, though, at this point. And here comes some Banelings and some Zerglings. That is a lot of Banelings. I'm not sure if it's enough to kill off the Forge. He's got him on the Forge and then rallied. Attack moved in. There he goes. He kills off the Forge. Zerglings streaming in. 3 Banelings even get by. 2 of them blow up by those cannons before they can get in. Oh, is he going to get a Baneling? Oh, explodes a ton of... Oh, my God. Massive probe damage by those Banelings. Epic Baneling killing off half the probes as they try and escape these Zerglings. Their Zerglings are now going to try and target fire down the main Nexus before this Void Ray can kill him off. Void Ray not able to charge up on those Zerglings. They don't have enough hit points, so he's not able to do tons and tons of damage. Is he going to get the Nexus down? It's down to 500 hit points. It's down to 400 hit points, but there's only 7 Zerglings left. 6 Zerglings. He's going to go for it. 250 hit points left. He gets distracted attacking a probe. Probe's coming back to help. Down to 180 hit points. No! The Zergling's not able to kill off the Nexus in time, and the shields are going to start recharging soon. Oh, man. If he'd gotten that main Nexus, that might have been game, but instead I think it might be game the other way because... Oh, man, that was close. Beautiful bust, but now it's over. Then there's no way he can get back in here to kill off that Nexus with 180 hit points left. And if only he targeted it down, he went for some probes. Oh, man, and he killed off like 2 or 3 extra probes, but that was another, 80 hit points that he probably could have gotten on the Nexus plus some extra time. I think if he targeted it down, he could have gotten the Nexus. I don't know. It's tough to call. It's a tough call in that kind of a situation. Generally, you do want to go for the things with the least hit points first because then you're more assured of kills. But when you've gotten the main Nexus down that low and you've spent all that money on a bust, then you kind of need to go for it, I would think. That's what I would have done at least. But of course, mOOnGLaDe is a much better player. It's a really close call on that. 2 queens running over here slowly. I shouldn't even say run. 2 queens waddling over here to try and take care of this Void Ray, who's now fully charged up. Still too tough to take on 2 queens with a transfuse in each. With a single Void Ray, even if it's charged up, so he's going to fall back very wisely. But he's starting to put out more air units. Hydro's Den is on the way. Spire is on the way, a little bit behind, a little bit farther behind. So he's going to be fine. And a lot of sentries being built up at the front here as well. He kept those 2 assimilators as well. So Squirtle's taking in lots and lots of gas at this point. Coming in with a Void Ray and a Phoenix. He's going to try and lift one of the queens and attack with the others, but a 3rd queen arrives. Is he going to be able to transfuse that queen? Attacking with the 2nd queen. He needs to transfuse it. Where is it? Why is this queen running away? Okay, so the 3 queens together are able to hold things off there, but now this Phoenix is able to run. Actually, he's got a lot of queens. Does he even have another queen in here? He doesn't have a queen in his main right now, but he's got 3 queens running around here, and he's connecting everything with creep. Look at this beautiful creep spread. So these queens can actually reinforce each other now at the various bases. He's going to have 2 in his main area and 2 over at this 3rd. So nice defense there by mOOnGLaDe. He's actually been very, very good at defending like that in general. Zergling Scout's going to run over here and see what he can see as he runs over to this expansion base, and he's going to see pretty much nothing new. Interesting, Squirtle actually coming over through the back here, and that is actually a really good move. That is a really, really good move. Oh, then what was the GSL game the other day? We saw Protoss. I can't remember who it was. Some Protoss player had this sort of same situation in the top, and instead of expanding through the top and attacking through the top against the Zerg's 4th and 3rd bases, he kind of went out in this open area where they could get flanked. And so Squirtle's being much smarter than that this time and is actually going to go through the back rocks here. He's going to be able to attack this base from a really good, strong position, and he's going to be able to take a 3rd base here in this center on the bottom if he needs to. Mutalisk coming in here to do some harass, spot what's going on, actually, and they're going to run right by, and this is actually a pretty good move because now he's going to actually draw these forces back. No, he's not going to be drawn back. He's just going to depend on reinforcements. These Mutalisks are going to be able to get a lot of probe kills, drawing things back, and there's a couple Phoenixes going in. He can actually target down those Phoenixes without many Mutalisks probably. Oh, he's going for the Nexus. The Nexus has recharged a lot of its shields. He's going to try and target it down to 100 hit points, and it's dead. He does polish off that Nexus after all. but the counterattack at mOOnGLaDe's third base might be too effective, but actually, if in a base trade situation, this is actually going to favor mOOnGLaDe. He's got a lot of Zerglings out here, which are going to do really, really horrible against that Colossus. But if he can bring the mutas back, he might have enough mutas to just, yeah, I think he has enough mutas to target down that Colossus. Zerglings are going to be able to own those Stalkers. Well, actually, it depends on Micro. With some good force fields and the Zealots there, he might not own them after all. But nice play there, and he loses his third base, but I think that was a good trade for mOOnGLaDe, because now he can bring his mutas back to defend. He's not in danger of losing his natural expansion. Gets a new third up over here. And in the meantime, Squirtle is now being denied this base. He needs to get his main base back up again first. Although well, he's got about half the minerals left, so it makes some sense to go ahead and get that back up. Wow, beautiful play by mOOnGLaDe. Beautiful play, going there and targeting that Nexus down. I wonder if he even got the Mutalisk specifically to try and kill off that Nexus. I thought the Nexus would be at higher shield level. I actually didn't see what the shields were at that time, but usually shields regenerate super fast. But I guess there are a lot of shields on a Nexus. Maybe they regenerate slower on buildings or something. Maybe something to look into. I'm not sure. It could just be that he just killed off all the shields very quickly with the Mutalisk. Nice big Mutaball now. Only 3 Phoenixes at this point. He's trying to Chrono Boost out more Phoenixes so he can have something a little bit mobile to deal with these Mutalisks. Uh-oh, he's running in there with the Phoenixes. The Mutalisk kind of toying with that. He's going to try and target down the core, actually. That could be huge. He's attacking the core. He micros against the core. Beautiful Brood War-esque micro, taking down the core, and I'm not even sure if that was intentional, but actually moving the red Mutalisk to the back of his pack, to the back of his flock, I guess, would be a good term for that, for those Scourge. And now he's going to fall back with those mutas again, having done some good harassment damage. Look at these Zerglings running in the back. Force field not effective. Entire army brought back into the main to deal with those 4 Zerglings. mOOnGLaDe is just running away with this game. Let's actually go ahead and check out the income tab. 64 Harvesters. 142 supply. He's up only 20 supply, but I mean, Squirtle had to just put his main Nexus back up. He's not probably gonna, well, he might actually be able to get a third pretty soon here. Actually that is a big deal. He's been able to Chrono Boost out a lot of Phoenixes. With the latest patch, the Phoenix build time was reduced. So with Chrono Boost, they're very quick building units. So he's able to get a lot of Phoenixes out very quickly. So he's basically got his main, kind of a bulky ground army, really good ground army actually. Lots of, let's see how many, 7, looks like 7 sentries, a bunch of stalkers, some zealots, and then he's got these big tech units to really deal with, you know, kind of do the major damage with the stalkers, with the colossi, and with the Phoenixes able to be mobile. Here he comes in with those Mutalisks though, and the Phoenixes are coming back. If the Mutalisks are able to engage the Phoenixes, they will win with that many Phoenixes. He's going to target down the main Nexus again with the counterattack to this 4th base now. He's actually got his 3rd up again. He's going to draw his main army back there. He's just going to leave a couple Stalkers to wipe up those drones and bring in the main army here. The bulk of his army to try and deal with reinforcements, try and go for the kill. And they're both base trading right now. Zerglings all over the place, killing all of his gateways. Mutalisks are going to come in here and try and engage these Phoenixes. The Phoenixes need to micro a little bit back. Force field going down on that ramp to try and stop the Zerglings from getting into his only functioning base. It is a race to the finish right now. Both players just trying to finish the other off as quickly as possible. Tons of spine crawlers going down here in the main. Are they going to pop in time? They're very close. And the spine crawlers start popping out right now. He's got 8 spine crawlers to hold off this army if he tries to run up into the main. And in the meantime, he's trying to, actually there's nothing defending this extra base, but he's got no drones there anyway. So both players just trying to finish each other off. It looks like the probes were able to barely survive. A lot of the Zerglings went down at this point. It looks like there was a major battle between the Phoenixes and the Mutalisks at the same time, and the Mutalisks actually lost. He must have been microing really well. I'm sorry I couldn't watch both battles at once, but he's now coming into the main base. mOOnGLaDe might actually lose after all. I thought mOOnGLaDe was going to have the better of that attack, but it looks like he may not after all. He's going in for one more after he's morphed all of his Zerglings into Banelings. He takes out the pylon powering most of the cannons. He's going to take down the last cannon. Banelings going into the supply line as well. Down to just 20 probes. 31 drones in play. Some of them still up here. It looks like he spent the rest of his army. He's got some drones over here as well. Mutalisk forced to fall back, just not enough of a Mutalisk ball to deal with that one cannon. Actually, he could probably take down that one cannon if he wanted to. I don't know where it looks like the Phoenixes have all died in the meantime. Main hatchery goes down, main lair goes down, actually. I didn't see if it was even a hive at that point. But down to 9 harvesters. mOOnGLaDe is still mining at this base. That is the only place he's really mining right now. If he can get out enough forces to deal with this army, then he might be able to win the game here. But last ditch, what is this, pylons? Lots of pylons warping in. I guess his supply blocks. He's trying to build some pylons so he can get out some Phoenixes at this point. And that is all, man. He gets the pylons up. He's no longer supply blocked. He has the money for a couple Phoenixes. His main army falling back. He's just ignoring, finishing off mOOnGLaDe. mOOnGLaDe is pretty much crippled. So if he can fall back and kill off these Mutalisks, then he will win the game. And that is exactly what's going to happen, I think. He got up enough pylons, and yeah, GG coming from mOOnGLaDe. mOOnGLaDe able to kill off one of the pylons, but he was just barely able to get enough supply to start building Phoenixes, and more importantly, brought his main army back. He completely crippled mOOnGLaDe. 5 harvesters on the map, just kind of roaming around. I'm not sure even where they are, but not enough to really come back into the game. Against 2 probes, though. Only 2 probes for Squirtle, but again, just came down to him just having a better army at that point. Nice last-ditch attack with those Banelings, morphing all of his Zerglings, remaining ones into Banelings, trying to polish off this last base. Wow, absolutely epic finish to that game. And Squirtle takes a 2-1 lead in this series. He is 1 game away now from winning $4,000 by getting 3rd place in the IEM. Let's go ahead and move on to game 4.